What is emotional agility and why is it important? Emotional agility is the ability to be flexible with your thoughts, feelings, and actions in the face of challenges, change, and uncertainty. It's about being aware of your emotions, accepting them without judgment, and aligning them with your values and goals. Emotional Agility by Susan Davey helps you to cope with stress, overcome obstacles, build resilience, and thrive in life. Susan David, a psychologist and executive coach, shares her 4-step process to develop emotional agility based on decades of research and practice. She also provides practical tools and exercises to help you apply the concepts to your situation. Let's dive into the 4 steps of emotional agility. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, take a moment now before you dive into the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Step 1. Showing up. This step is about facing your emotions with curiosity and openness, instead of avoiding, suppressing, or denying them. Many of us have learned to label our emotions as good or bad, and to try to get rid of the bad ones. But this can backfire, because emotions are not the problem, they are the solution. Emotions are signals that tell us what is important to us, what we need, and what we want to change. By showing up to your emotions, you can learn from them and use them as a guide to action. Some examples of showing up to your emotions are acknowledging that you feel sad after a loss, instead of pretending that everything is fine or distracting yourself with other activities. Exploring why you feel angry when someone criticizes you, instead of reacting defensively or aggressively. Expressing your joy when you achieve something you are proud of, instead of downplaying your success or feeling guilty. Asking yourself what you need when you feel anxious about a challenge, instead of avoiding it or seeking reassurance from others. Showing up to your emotions can help you to understand yourself better, to cope with difficulties, and to make positive changes in your life. Step 2. Stepping out. This step is about creating some distance between yourself and your emotions so that you don't get overwhelmed or hooked by them. Many of us tend to identify with our emotions and to believe the stories we tell ourselves about them. Some examples of stepping out of your emotions are using language that separates you from your emotions, such as, "I'm having the thought that I'm a failure," or "I'm noticing the feeling of anger," instead of, "I'm a failure," or "I'm angry." Practicing mindfulness, which is the awareness of the present moment, without judgment or attachment. You can use your breath, your body, or your senses as anchors to bring your attention back to the here and now, whenever you notice yourself getting carried away by your emotions. Reframing your emotions as helpful signals rather than as problems to be solved. You can ask yourself questions like, "What is this emotion telling me?" Or, "What can I learn from this emotion?" Or, "How can I use this emotion to move toward my values and goals?" By stepping out of your emotions, you can observe them objectively and recognize that you are not your emotions. You have emotions. Step 3. Walking your why. This step is about aligning your actions with your values instead of being driven by your emotions, impulses, or external expectations. Many of us tend to act on autopilot or to follow the crowd without questioning whether our actions are consistent with our true selves. But this can lead to dissatisfaction, frustration, and regret. By walking your why, you can clarify what matters to you, what gives you meaning and purpose, and what kind of person you want to be. Then, you can make choices that reflect your values and that move you closer to your goals. Step 4. Moving on. This step is about making small, deliberate changes in your mindset, motivation, and habits to cultivate emotional agility and achieve positive outcomes. Many of us tend to get stuck in unproductive patterns or to give up on our dreams because we think we don't have what it takes or because we fear failure or rejection. But this can prevent us from growing, learning, and improving. By moving on, you can adopt a growth mindset that sees challenges as opportunities and feedback as useful. You can also find your intrinsic motivation that comes from within and that fuels your passion and persistence. You can also develop healthy habits that support your well-being and that make emotional agility a way of life. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something valuable from it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more book summaries and insights. And don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the book or what other books you would like me to cover. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.